Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Monday afternoon video. Right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description marks below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from any one of my channels from the past, now, or later in the future, Conan. But as always, don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, and Satan and Ozzy will devour you and then pretty much eat your soul. Well, that's the same thing. But anyway, don't do it because that's what happens. You're going to get sent to that Shadow Realm and never be seen from again. So don't do it. And if you don't like it, tough. That's that. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications, don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything, well, you know what you are, and you know what it means. If you don't know, look it up. And that's pretty much it. And for our newbies out there, if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, you relax, grab that nice, tasty soda or whatever you got. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great, too fucking bad. That's that. Alright, on this cold Monday afternoon, Martin Luther King Day, we celebrate a great man that, well, pretty much died too soon. That's Martin Luther King Jr., the man who led the Million Man Walk. I have a dream! That guy. So, we got the annual Martin Luther King Day Monday Night Raw episode coming up in a little bit from Belfast, Northern Ireland, not a UK territory, by the way. So we got that coming up in a little bit, but we'll talk about Raw later. But we got other things to do today. But I hope you had a great day, and most people had the day off. Good for you! And if you didn't, well, too bad. That's that. Excuse me. Alright, but on your cold Monday afternoon, January the 19th, 2026, it is time. Let's go back a little bit. And it is time for your official Ring of Honor, because we're doing this separately this time, for this week. Well, maybe I'll start splitting them up. Instead of doing TNA and Ring of Honor, I'll do TNA, then Ring of Honor. So, it is your official Ring of Honor review for this past Thursday night, January the 15th, 2026. And as always, we are still at the Esports Stadium residency in Arlington, Texas. Scared them Cowboys that night. And as always, our commentary team of the boring one, Ian Ricker Boring, and my good buddy, the Pasta. If I don't do this, he gets mad. The Pasta, Caprice Coleman, who still follows me on Twitter. Love it. Anyway, who doesn't follow me on Twitter these days if you're a wrestler? Who doesn't, But I digress. Alright, so Ian Ricker Boring and the Pasta, Caprice Coleman, on the call, as always, for another edition of Ring of Honor TV. As we're rolling through the month, then we got a couple more episodes in Arlington, Texas for the residency. I think we got 2 or 3 more, and then we're somewhere else after that, as we start the month of February. And, not even talking about freaking, any pay-per-views yet, so we're just going. Pretty much the aftermath of Final Battle. So, we're gonna keep going until we hit Supercard, probably in April. But, we move on. Alright, so the show was meh, like always, but it is what it is. But anyway, we started with the opening sequence, and I'm just gonna abbreviate a little bit, because I gotta watch Raw in a little bit, and then I have some other things to do. Alright, so we start match number 1. We got the Spanish Announce Project. That's Angelico and Serpentico. Oh yeah, that's John Cruz. Somebody told me that's John Cruz. I thought it was 2 separate people, but whatever. Anyway. Alright, so we have Angelico and Serpentico taking on the grizzled young veterans. That's Drake and Gibson. It was a pretty match. We get near the end. Gibson grabs a half crab, gets broken up. So Pentagon hits a very quick backbreaker. And then tags in, gets the hot tag, and Hedico cleans house. And then everything breaks down. And then James Drake sends Hedico into the ring steps. Ow! Leaving Gibson to give Serpentico the middle rope code breaker. That's inventive. And then Drake's springboard dropkick finishes Serpentico off at pretty much under 9 minutes. Match was, like I said, eh. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, they get on the mic and promise what we did is going to happen to Eddie Kingston and the funky monkey himself, Ortiz. And then they come out with chairs. So we'll see what happens with that as we go into this week. And that's that. Alright, then it's Tony Khan's special time. Under 2 minutes suckfest as Lance Archer, everybody dies! That guy, who only wins squash matches these days, he squashed this guy named Ben Parker with the blackout in under 2 minutes. He's 15-0 in Ring of Honor. He's 15-0 when in AEW is like 0-50 million. Do we care? No. I don't fucking care about Lance Archer. I used to in New Japan. Now, not so much. That's all he is. He's a fucking jobber machine. And he beats jobbers. That's that. Why do my notes just go back? What the hell? My notes just disappeared. They just disappeared! The elephant disappeared. It just fucking disappeared. That's what my notes just did. It just disappeared. Oh, there you are. My computer's just wacky sometimes. But anyway. Alright, so Lance Archer beats this Hammernager in under 2 minutes. Rating, 0. Dud. Whatever you want to call it. Garbage. Alright, after that, match number 3, 5-minute match. We have Kieran Gray. Who are these people? No, let me say it like Seinfeld would say. Who are these people? No pig, no pig. Anyway, when Bailey was like, who are you? Ah! What do you do here? Who the fuck is that guy, you know? Anyway, so Kieran Gray takes on the big man from Shane Taylor Promotions, the big man himself, 1/3 of the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions. Shane Taylor beats this guy in 5 minutes. You know, they're on the floor, big clothesline gets in their fall. Kieran Gray sweep the leg down to son. Gets in their fall off a jumping splash. But Shane Taylor comes back with a release. Rock bottom! Back over! Rock bottom! And his own big splash, followed by that big, boom, right hand, knocked him the fuck out. I mean, knocked him all the way to San Antonio. Shit. Beats him in 5 minutes. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. So, not a squash match per se, but that's what you call a filler match. Bathroom break. We move on. Alright, after that, match number, I don't even know what match this number is, but we're going on with it. Alright, we had the frat house of Cole Carter, we don't know him as Two Dimes, and Griff Garrison. Who the fuck is Griff Garrison? If you don't ever watch BTE, you do not get that reference. Alright, so Carter and Griff Garrison take on, was actually all four of them, Jack Jameson and Preston Vance. They take on Aaron Solo Mibuki, QT Marshall Not, it's a little QTV reunion, and the Von Erich brothers, the former 6-man tag team champions with Dustin Rhodes, Marshall, and Ross. And as you would think, the good guys get the win after Marshall Von Erich comes in, cleans house, Preston Vance clotheslines Cole Carter by mistake. Oops. And then we get the stereo claw, the claw. Stereo claw set up a giddy kata, bang, by QT Marshall. Not stop stealing my move, you fat fuck. And they get the win in under 6.5 minutes. Match was 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we're going to look at the beautiful Trish Adora beating my girl Zeta Steele last week in mixed tag team action. And, yeah, welcome to Ring of Honor and welcome to AEW, Zeta. Holy shit. She got put to sleep by Marina Shafir last week. Ooh. Sucks to be you, but you gotta pay your dues when you get to a major promotion. I know that from experience. In XWF, when I lost to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't ask. Don't ask. Wait, move on with that. Alright, so we have MXMTV in a heel versus heel mixed tag team match. So you have Johnny TV and his hot wife Taya Valkyrie taking on Golden Bobo. Actually, it was take that back. It was Dion Madden and Taya Valkyrie, which is kind of weird. What is Johnny TV all these days? Anyway, taking on Shane Taylor Promotions of Trish Adora and Carly Bravo. And it was a kind of boring match. And then, we got a double stomp to win the match for Shane Taylor Promotions. There was a weird little thing near the end in the match where, near the end, Carly Bravo gets in a cheap shot. Then he yells at a fan, "Be right back!" So here's that cheap shot to Mansoor, followed by the double stomp. So a fan must have been heckling Carly Bravo, I don't know. But that fan, mind you, was a plant. And Carly Bravo goes over to her, takes her over the barricade, and goes to the back. I wonder what they did in the back. Don't answer that. I think it was a plant. I don't know who this chick is. She was tall. I was like, wait a minute, is that Story Denali? Just all this, like, goop? I'm like, no, it can't be. I don't know who the hell that person was. But Carly Bravo had a thing for her. I'm like, what the fuck? And everybody else is like, what the fuck? Like, Trish Adora's like, huh? Sean Dean, the captain, like, huh? What? What? Like, what are you doing? It could have been a transvestite. I don't know. Maybe he has a thing for that. I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't care. Alright, so we got that. Alright, let me, before I move on, let's fire up the old, Teddy. Go to my Netflix. So, Raw's about to come on in 2 minutes! There's a 2-minute warning for Monday Night Raw, if I can get to it. There we go. Okay, I'm about to go live. I have it all off, right? Okay, so about a minute away from Raw. Okay, I'll finish this up before, well, probably after Raw starts. Anyway. Alright, so yeah. So, Shane Taylor Promotions beat MXMTV in a probably boring match. 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, after that, we get a women's match for once. Red Velvet from your mama's kitchen, the Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion. She takes on the person that hasn't won a match in God knows how long, Robin Renegade. I don't know where her sister's at. I think her sister's still hurt. What was her name? Robin and Charlotte Renegade? I think her name is Charlotte. I forget. Anyway, non-title proving ground match, meaning if Robin wins or lasts the 10-minute time limit, she gets a future title shot. And she did a couple things here and there, but in the end, Red Velvet gets hooks up, brother, and hits a leg lariat, followed by the big left hand. Bam. Knocked her the fuck out. 1, 2, 3. Red Velvet gets the win. Match was still 2.25 out of 5 stars. So you're getting a theme here that's not a great show. Never is. We move on. Alright, then Tony Khan announces with Athena, the Ring of Honor Forever Champion. When is she going to lose that belt? Don't know. Maybe at Supercard. To who? I don't know. Maybe Deonna Purrazzo. I don't know, Jim. I don't know. But anyway, the man who never blinks, I am announcing that we are teaming up with Metroplex Wrestling, run by my friend here, Athena, on January the 29th. Please watch my show. They snorted a whole big bag of cocaine. So January 29th, coming up in a week from Thursday, they're going to have this show with Metroplex Wrestling, run by Athena. Athena's all pleased. Different. We'll see what happens with that. Like, Raw is just about to be live from Belfast, Northern Ireland. And you don't even need a VPN to watch this. It's live on Netflix. Because it's 8 o'clock in Belfast, Northern Ireland, because it's 5 hours like England, like London. So we're at the SSE Arena. Almost says like SE Arena. Yeah, the SE Arena, pero! Yeah, Eddie hangs out there, right, Eddie? Stop making fun of my culture, you bastard! Okay, stop. Sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry. Anyway. Alright, so you have CM Puke coming into the building. He's going to defend the belt against Ireland's own Finn Balor. That should be good. Not that Finn's going to win tonight. It'd be nice. But, stranger things have happened in WWE. We got Maxine Dupree coming in with Otis and Tozawa. She gets her 5th match with the man, Becky Lynch, for the Women's Intercontinental title. She will not win. And then we got your boy is Bouncy Javon Evans taking on El Grande Americano. That's Marcel Barthel with Rayo and Bravo. That's Pete fucking Dunne and Tyler Bate at ringside. We got that. We got Rey Mysterio, Puyaka Puyaka, and Pentagon Zero Miedo, and that guy named Dragon Lee. They're taking on Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Big Bronson Reed in a 6-man tag. We all know Braun Breaker is suspended indefinitely for what happened last week with Adam Pearce. Woo, that was good. But as always, when you are suspended indefinitely, that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. You're gonna be there next week anyway. Via satellite, in the back, in the parking lot. Who knows? Who cares? So we get that. That arena is small. Jeez. Well, not that small. 18,000 screaming bastards! Pretty much. Pretty much 18,000 screaming bastards. At least Raw's theme is cool. Godzilla by Eminem. I don't even know what SmackDown's is now. I don't know if they changed it. I think they changed it. Alright, so who's coming out now? Who is this? Oh, Walter! Oh, Walter's coming out. After he cheated to beat AJ freaking Bad Hair Styles last week. Even though he tapped. He's gonna come out and gloat. I beat AJ! We get that. Alright, let's go back to Ring of Honor, and then we're going to get in the Raw, and then I got to do some other stuff. Alright, so Tony Khan, next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, January 29th, has a special show teaming up with Athena's promotion, Metroplex Wrestling. So, pretty good. We got that. Alright, then we got the Dark Order of Alex Reynolds and Johnny Hungy, John Silver, the Beaver Boys, teaming up with the guy that's not really evil, excuse me, Evil Uno. They take on the Swirl. That's Blake Christian, Black Machismo. Ooh, yeah. He's there, but I think it's just a, is it a 6-man? No, it is a 6-man. So, Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, and Lee Johnson taking on the Dark Order. This was an actually pretty decent match. We're getting in the end. Jay Lethal is in, tries for the lethal injection, gets countered into a gory bomb code-breaker combo. Nice. Drops Blake Christian again. Lee Johnson's back in for the save. Get a pair of basement super kicks. That's rare. Knock Alex Reynolds for a loop. Then then they hit the Death Valley Driver top rope double stomp combo on poor Alex Reynolds, and the Swirl get the win in 7 minutes. Match was pretty decent, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And I think that was it for Ring of Honor. Afterwards, big old beatdown until the Dynamite Kid Jr., Tommy Billington, and our favorite guy in the whole wide world, Adam Priest, come out, make the save. So we got that. So, at least the ending of the show was pretty good, but overall, garbage. So I gave Ring of Honor, I'm being generous, 6 out of 10 stars. Horrible show, but at least the main event was good. That's what you expect from Ring of Honor. Some decent wrestling, and then squash matches galore. That's what it is. That's what Ring of Honor is these days. Not the glory years from pretty much 2001 to 2019-20, really. Right before the pandemic era. And then, after Tony Khan bought it, the TV show went downhill. Pay-per-view-wise, been alright. But that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, I'm going to go watch a little bit of Raw. I do have a doctor appointment on the phone because it's icy as fuck outside right now. Good thing I went out to shovel. It was ice. I had to shovel what I could, threw ice melt out. I'm done for the day. I'm off today anyway. I go back in tomorrow. But, that's that. We're getting another storm this weekend. Another 2 to 5, maybe 6 inches. Oy. I told you end of January was going to be a pain in the ass. And I got appointments up the wazoo the next 2 weeks. I mean, I got so many appointments, it's crazy. And I have to go to the dentist in the beginning of February. Gotta get these pearly whites clean. So, we got that, so. But it is what it is. That's that. Alright, once again, 6 out of 10 stars for Ring of Honor. That's that. Later on, after Raw goes off the air, I'll come back with, on my Peter Joseph channel, with your official Dynamite and Collision review. And then later tonight, we'll talk about today's Raw, back here on the Kill Demons channel. So, triple threat for your Monday for that ace. And that's that. Who's coming out? Is that AJ? Yup. AJ's coming out after, Walter was bitching and complaining, So we got that. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace, bitches.